Well, Curtis is a very skilled athlete, very elite player with the ball in his hand. So we're just going to try to find as many ways to use him as possible. I mean, he can do great things at wide receiver. I mean, he can do great things with the ball in his hand from the running back position. So just very multiple athlete. And see where it goes.
I know last year, it's maybe not fair when we ask these questions, but we would ask, well, how many touches should somebody like Braxton get in a game when he makes the move? And Curtis is somebody who always comes up with, whether it's fans or media, we talk about Curtis getting touches. Do you have a number in mind, and is it maybe easier to get him involved if you can line him up in the backfield than maybe it was with Braxton?
Yeah, we don't have a set number in mind, just enough to help us win games. Sometimes the defense dictates who gets the ball, and sometimes if you worry too much about touches and not enough about what's the right call to make, then it's hard to be consistent moving the football. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'd love to see Curtis, touching the ball 10 to 15 times a game, and when, some games it might be more, some it might be less, but if it averaged out that way over the course of the season, I think that'd be tremendous, and I think he would, be able to showcase his skill set.
And how important is it to establish an offensive identity early, and what do you want it to be?
Well, we're really striving to be balanced because we have a great group of receivers and skilled athletes, I mean tight ends and so forth as well, that we'd love to have some balance. So, I think that's what we want our identity to be, is number one, to play fast, be physical, and be very balanced. And, we have the tools and the players to do that. So that's going to really be our objective.
Who are the guys that maybe through training camp really took another jump and you think, okay, he's ready to kind of explode onto this team?
I thought Paris Campbell had a great training camp, so he's really stepped up as one of our top playmakers. Terry McLaurin had a great training camp. We liked him. At tight end, I think Marcus Ball for the first part of training camp, then he got a little banged up and we held him back, and then AJ took off, AJ Alexander, so those guys showed at the tight end position. Austin Mack as a playmaker. Mike Weber has continued to develop his skills and show signs of being a great back. So, there's a lot of people. I'm sure I'm forgetting some other guys, but those kind of come to mind.
Has AJ been a little bit of a pleasant surprise in this training camp, the way he stepped up, or AJ Alexander?
Yeah, I think he's been real pleased with him. That just gives us more depth at that position. But he definitely has showcased the talents and skills that make him a viable piece in our offense, and that he can help us.
And I was asking Urban about the quarterback run, and he said maybe JT did it maybe a handful too many times last year. Just curious how, as you're looking for balance in the offense, like how much does the running back dictate how much the quarterback runs? Like as a decoy in the option game and also as a lead blocker, how much can the running back skill dictate how much you use the quarterback in the run?
Well, I think it's like anything. The quarterback's kind of the wild card in the offense. If you're overplaying the tailback in the run game, then obviously people are neglecting him, and there's yardage to be had there. A lot of it just, depends on the defense, And when you have a guy like Zeke Elliott, all eyes and bodies head to him, and some people ignore the quarterback a little bit. But, yeah, we want to be real, smart and judicious with JT and use him wisely. We would rather have other playmakers in the offense carry the burden of running the football, but he'll do it at times when we need him to.
Do you expect that